Marine back. And now it's neutral. No point is there's no bleed for either side, and the Plague Marines are moving in to try and recapture it. Oh, they got pushed away by the Farseer. The Farseer doing what he can. Oh, the Farseer got a Plague Marine explode in her face, and now she's taking fire from her own tank. Chaos Marines are dropping bloodletters in right next to the victory point, and blue forces are gonna hold the victory point. They've got it. Oh, bloodletter finished off that Guardian, and now it's gone. Tech Marine dropped the sentry gun, but it didn't do jack diddly. And now the remaining red forces are getting routed. Oh. And that Wraith Lord just smashes that warrior.
South have been nooched.
That it has. A force from Thanatov has moved in and is now capturing some positions of the south. Wow. Red forces, however, are not giving up on that right VP, but they're slowly getting pushed back. Just way too much fire. Wraith Guards trying to inflict some damage on those Plague Marines. Ooh, there goes another one that just popped. There goes another one.
We're at all the VDs as of right now.
Wow. Good rally, blue team. That they can hold it, but good rally.
Oh, another, the TrickyGilligan's commander is down again. Thanatov is still holding it, but does he realize there's a webway gate behind him in the south?
Well, it's cloaked.
Ah, I see that.
So I don't think he does. I don't know if he's paying much attention. I mean, his whole force is down there. I don't know if he's paying much attention to it.
Well, Thanatov's moving his commander up north. Stiltzkiin's saying we lost, guys. And with the drain they're suffering, he might be right.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll be able to get another good push out in time.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that swarm near the
I know, right?
center.
They were getting so thoroughly dominated most of this game, at least from VP, because red team got a huge early gain, but I don't know,
That's gonna make one last
good push rejections by the blue team. I mean, they lose the point, but they would hold the area. They just recap. It was pretty good.
And here comes Tyranid forces once again trying to make a final push to try and get something for red team. Oh, the Chaos Sorcery is dead again for TrickyGilligan.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Wraith Lord trying to do it again, it's dead. But don't cap the point, you fool. What are you doing? Oh, and that is it. Red team is defeated. Wow.
Jesus.
That was quite a hold by blue team, you have to admit.
Quite a comeback by blue team.
Would you look at that? They finally noticed the webway gate after the after a bunch of Eldar just spawned behind them from the gate. What would you say was the highlight of this match?
Definitely a lot of early battles. It was very entertaining.
Oh man, it was chaos.
No pun intended.
Wow, and TrickyGilligan and Thanatov's commanders are dead again. Wow.
Yeah, right next to each other, no less.
Right next to the dead Wraith Lord as the Tyranid swarms on. But it just came too little too late.
Well, what can you say? They died for their gods.
But
just noticed that red team had nothing really on the field except for the Tyranid player who was pretty much the bulk of their forces at that point.
Oh, you're right.
You know, that was kind of interesting because he certainly used Tyranids the right way to overwhelm your opponent. This is contrast to the Tyranid player in our first replay.
Where he used ranged Tyranids against ranged Marines.
Yeah, It's like, that's not where Tyranids are strong at. They're strong at melee combat. But when you look at the numbers, I mean, Gyno Crisis, he certainly had the numbers. But I would say the ones who suffered casualties the most were stiltzkiin and Cham. They got the crap kicked out of them a lot. But Blue Forces, yeah, they were able to hold the North long enough for victory. Nice job on their part. They recognized that, hey, if we want to win this game, you know, after getting the crap kicked out of them, they realized they had to rally around the North and capture that position and then hold it as long as possible. And then Thanatov, you had to give that guy props. He went down south, realized that, hey, if it's like, we got to get some extra bleed, just like Rob was saying. And that's what he did. He seized the initiative, went down south, and he capped the point. And Red didn't do anything about it, because they were so concentrated on capturing the North because they felt they were on the cusp of victory. They just didn't even think about trying to slow their bleed down on that force in the south, because I guess they thought it was inconsequential. But they just kept, you know, like washing on like water on rocks, or rather against a wall. They just kept hitting the blue front line, and they just kept getting stonewalled.
So did Blue come back from like 11 points, and Red had like 200 points?
Yeah.
Plus 300.
I mean, I think blue team had 11. I think red had about like 180 or something when blue team finally caught or capped the south point, and then from there it was just kind of complete destruction.
Yummy. I just got some dinner brought to me. Beef. And I just happen to be looking at the remains of of the Carnifex that died.
Awesome.
Sorry, a little bit down my throat. Okay, so anyway, nice job on blue team's part. What could have red done?
For sure.
I think they could have pushed through middle more. You know, they just kept pushing where the enemy was strongest at, and that's not how you win.
Well,
Yeah,
they were trying to
I
flank
think-
that position, but they couldn't really flank it very well.
Yeah, I mean, red had south, but they didn't try to hold it at all. I mean, I guess there was that webway gate there, but like, I mean, I guess, you know, they were putting all their efforts into pushing up north, and I think maybe if blue team had noticed earlier that everybody on red team was pushing everything north, they could have grabbed south earlier and kind of made it more. They could have probably just ended it quicker, because I don't know, red team didn't seem to adjust that well.
More adaptation by blue team.
Well, yeah, and you know, red team. It just makes me wonder if red team kind of panicked at the end, and they just kept throwing all their forces right in front of the blue lines, right straight into an ambush every time. I mean, you noticed by the Chaos Marines who had their guys in cloak and just were waiting.
Yeah. It's like at first it seemed like they were cocky, and then, you know, then panic set in when they, you know, found out that they could lose the match.
Yeah, they had such a huge lead, I'm sure early on they thought, you know, we'll just fucking, you know, mass everybody up and plow through north and just take it all. But I mean, when that didn't happen, I don't think they really had a way to adjust.
Yeah, definitely work on adjustment next time. And also, when you know where the enemy is strongest at, that's usually a time to adjust your approach. And I think they probably could have made some more impact, you know,